So my video talking about the anticipation for the Bubsy Purrfect Collection did really well. I guess it was either really good timing or you all just really like to hear me talk. And so of course, I'm going to do a review of it now that I have it on Steam. Now, it'll still be quite a while until we get those physical releases for the Nintendo Switch, PS5, etc., but for now, I'm glad I have a way of playing it right here, right now. Now, this will not be a review of the Bubsy games themselves, but instead a review of the collection itself from the perspective of a Bubsy fan, someone who has played these games a lot and genuinely enjoys them. So right away, fantastic presentation, the intro and selection menu looks and sounds great. The first thing I did was load up the Super Nintendo version of Bubsy in Claws Encounters of the Third Kind, the first Bubsy game and my favorite Bubsy game, because I wanted to see how this new version feels. Right away, I noticed that it feels fresh and cleaned up. I don't know to what extent the developers at Atari have tweaked this, but it definitely feels better than playing a ROM on an emulator. I would even go so far to say that it feels better than playing it on my actual Super Nintendo. I don't know what it is, it just feels fresh and cleaned up like a brand new game. It definitely feels more cleaned up and polished than the previous Bubsy Collection Bubsy Twofer that was available on Steam before. That version definitely feels like somebody just uploaded a couple of ROMs on an emulator and said, that'll be $5. The second thing I did was I just had to see what the new Bubsy 3D Refurbished Edition was like. It was exciting to find out that they made a brand new version of Bubsy 3D with new controls. And I gotta say, although it's neat you can change the camera angle and control Bubsy with the analog stick, I much prefer the original version of Bubsy 3D. I actually found him harder to control in this new version. I found it more difficult to land the jump on a woolly head. Maybe I just need to give it more time and get better at it though. And even the original version of Bubsy 3D feels fresh and polished. I think I'd rather play it here than on an original PlayStation. I also gotta say, it's great to finally have a new way of playing Bubsy 3D besides dusting off my PS3 or using an original PlayStation, which I no longer have because it stopped working on me. The third thing I did was check out Bubsy Fractured Furry Tales, because before this Purrfect Collection release, I didn't have an official way to play it. So I've played Bubsy Fractured Furry Tales a lot less than the other Bubsy titles. So it's great that I have a way of actually playing this one. And good luck trying to find an Atari Jaguar for a reasonable price these days. So one thing I noticed is that Fractured Furry Tales seems a little on the sluggish side. It definitely doesn't feel as smooth as Bubsy 1, but maybe that's how the original felt. But I have no idea. I grew up in the 90s, but I didn't even know a single person that had an Atari Jaguar. I've never even felt an Atari Jaguar controller in my hands. That I can remember, anyways. And the fourth thing I did was load up Bubsy 2, and just like Bubsy 1, it also feels fresh and cleaned up. But mostly I've been enjoying playing Bubsy 1 again. I find myself coming back to this game again and again. It is truly one of my favorite platform games, and one of my favorite video games in general. I've also been playing Bubsy 3D a bit too. I haven't put near the amount of time I have in with Bubsy 3D as I have with Bubsy 1 and Bubsy 2, and I've gotta say, Bubsy 3D is by no means a bad game, and I would go so far to say it's my second favorite game in the collection. I'm so glad that I have a new way to play it. And something else I want to mention is the extras. I really enjoy all the concept art images in the museum. I think it's so charming to be able to see some of the original drawings back when Bubsy 1 was just an idea on a piece of paper. It's also cool that we got the cartoon pilot, but I'm a tad bit disappointed that they couldn't find a better quality video of it. This feels like the same Bubsy cartoon pilot video that's been floating around on YouTube forever. So in short, if you're a Bubsy fan, this collection is an absolute must-have. If you're not familiar with Bubsy but you like 90s era platform games, I think there's a high chance you'd enjoy these games. And if you've never tried any of the Bubsy games because of people's parroted opinions, or the opinions of big YouTubers, or the opinions of people playing the opinion telephone game, you should still try Bubsy for yourself. I think you'd be surprised at the enjoyment you can get from these unique classic platform games. I'm so happy that all of these Bubsy games have received a fantastic piece of gaming preservation. And I hope this inspires more gaming companies to revive their old titles with new collections like this. There are so many games that have never been revived outside their original consoles. And lastly, I am so glad that Bubsy has found a new home at Atari. They are taking great care of their new kitty.
So, see you all next time. Meow.